1997 was weird. This is Doc Phoenix playing all the Marios, and this is Game & Watch Gallery 2, and welcome to the Game Boy Color. So this is actually a little bit, like, out of order in that, Game & Watch Gallery 2 was released on the Game Boy in 1997. I'm playing the Game Boy Color version because it's literally identical except for added color. But this didn't come out until a year later. It's the Game Boy Color, I'm pretty sure came out in 98. It's all the first Game Boy Color games that I have on my list came out in 98, so... Anyway, yeah, more Game & Watch Gallery. This is, like the first Game & Watch Gallery, it's a Game Boy game that is a collection of Game & Watch games. You play through them, and if you get high scores, then you get stars marked, and the more stars you get, the more you unlocked. And here's our first game, Parachute. You control the little rowboat guy, and you're trying to catch all of these people parachuting out of the chopper so they don't land in the water and get eaten by sharks.
Those sharks are incredibly happy that you missed.
Yep. As with a lot of the other Game & Watch games, at 200 points, you clear your misses. You 3 misses, it's game over. This is a pretty basic one. It's a lot like Fire.
Yeah, they're trying to be in the right spot at the right time.
Yeah, the main difference being that you're not bouncing guys, so each guy is just, you catch him once, and also the fact that the way that they arc kind of throws off your ability to see when they're going to land until you get used to it. Also, they actually take a different amount of ticks to reach the water between the 3 spots where they can land. On the far right, it's 5 ticks, in the middle it's 6, and on the far left it's 7. But otherwise, it's a pretty basic Game & Watch game, as I said.
And we're just waiting till we get 1,000 points so you can get all 5 stars.
As I was saying, the stars, you get 1 star for every 200 points that you reach for your high score in each of the modes of each of the games. At 1,000 points, you get 5 stars, and that's the maximum. You get all of the stars, and you unlock stuff, and you get the ending.
Did you miss?
No, I cleared 1,000, and then continued to, I think, get 2,000? This is okay, almost. I almost got 2,000.
Okay.
Because, I kept playing until I lost.
This panel?
Question mark? Yeah, they actually, have things that they show you, what you've unlocked each time after you finish doing a thing.
Let's go and open its panel right now.
And it says we've got the music room, and I'll look at all the stuff in the gallery corner later.
Okay.
But at the moment, all we've got is the note board and the music room. The music room is, you can play the music in the game. The note board is a place to look at notes about things, such as the interrupt save feature. You can get a note and read about that. Hard mode for Parachute adds 1 new mechanic. On the right, they can get caught on that tree. And they will dangle for a variable amount of time before falling.
Oh, so that's similar to Fire's second floor guys occasionally waiting before they jump out.
Yeah, I mean, in Fire, the second floor guys, they would always wait until jumping out. And in this, there's always some amount of time that they're left dangling before they fall, and you've got to be quick to go and catch them because there's not much space between the tree and the water. But otherwise, it's the same game.
Why are they doing this sort of aerial insertion into shark-infested waters?
See, I have no idea either. This chopper is just too overloaded with soldiers? Or this is like some kind of tourist attraction? I don't know what the hell is actually going on here. It's easy to assume that this is a military operation, but... what the hell are they doing? Are they attacking the sharks themselves? Are they attacking you in your rowboat? I don't know, but that was parachute, and it's done.
I can see now!
I can see now.
I can see now.
I can't entirely see now. I can only see...
Toad's excited about it, though.
Yeah, Toad's very excited about it. And the new event is open in the gallery corner. It's the museum.
Okay.
And you get 10 stars. It's like in Game & Watch Gallery 1, they have the actual, like, gallery showing just, showing off a bunch of the other Game & Watch games that aren't in here. Anyway, Helmet is our next game. And we did, this was another one we saw in the museum of the first game.
Yeah.
The goal is you start out at the house on the left, you are trying to enter the house on the right, you wait until the door opens, and don't get hit by all of these endless tools falling from the sky. Because despite the name Helmet, your helmet is not perfect. It does not fully protect you from all of these falling tools. You enter the house and you get 5 points. You get 1 point for every 3 tools that actually reach the ground without hitting you. Mm-hmm. The door opens and closes at regular intervals. So you see sometimes like it'll open up and I'll just dash through multiple times before it closes. If the path is clear. You get misses cleared at 200 and 500 in this as well.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what this whole situation is either. There's just... This man has the worst house ever where there are tools constantly falling from the sky.
Well, it looks like he's trying to move from his apartment complex out to the suburbs.
Well, by the descriptions of things in the manual, that's a shed.
Oh, he's going into his shed?
Yes? Anyway, here's the original, the classic game of ball.
The original, the classic game of ball.
It's the first Game & Watch game ever made.
Ball.
Ball.
He posted a secret for this game on the noteboard.
Yeah, that's another thing on the noteboards. You get, secrets and tips posted there for each of the games as you play them. The gift box down there, by the way, is Ball, that we actually unlocked as a playable game. Let's see. On hard, Helmet doesn't have any new mechanics. It changes things up pretty significantly, though, in that the door... on easy, the door would open for... like, quite a while, and then it would be closed for quite a while. And it was on a very regular timing. Mm-hmm. On hard, it's much more erratic and much more frequent. So, you know, the door will be open for a much shorter time and closed for a much shorter time, and it's very variable how much time exactly that is. Otherwise, it's the same, still 5 points for the door, 3 points for... or 1 point per 3 tools. Clear misses at 2 and 500.
So... the interesting thing I find about this is it's basically just Frogger.
Kinda?
Like, you don't have the horizontal control that you do in Frogger, but it's a game of avoiding the enemy objects.
Yep.
I wonder.
The third game here is a weird one, Chef. So, at first, looking at this looks like another thing kind of like Fire. You've got 3 positions. You need to be in the right spot to catch the food, to flip it into the air so it doesn't land on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
But this is very different, like, in the way that it feels. For one thing, you'll notice the height that they go up when you flip them, it varies. Mm-hmm. It's completely, like, random how high it will go. Also, you have some time, while the food is at, like, the position where you can catch it. Normally, in a lot of the Game & Watch games, you need to be right there at the moment when it enters the spot to catch the thing. Like in Parachute, you need to be right there at the moment to catch the person.
Right.
Here, as long as you enter the space where it is, at any point while it is in that space, you will catch it and flip it up.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, you have the entire duration of one tick to reach the spot to catch it. Which significantly changes the feel of the game. Because it makes it much more lenient, much more, workable.
Mm-hmm. There's also a cat that occasionally grabs your sausage.
Yeah, that's also a thing, that on the far left there's this cat that will occasionally just spear the sausage and hold it in place, much like the parachuter getting caught on the tree. And there's the mouse down there. Funny thing with the mouse, when it grabs the food will transmute as it goes across the screen. Because on the left it's a sausage, but in the center, the second position is bacon, and then it's a fish. And they only had one available graphic to put down there.
Mm-hmm.
Hard mode for Chef adds a fourth position.
Ah.
With a drumstick. Or possibly another fish? It's a little hard to tell. But otherwise it's mechanically the same, just there are now 4 spots. This is another game where at 200 and 500 you clear your misses.
This, so...
This guy is clearly not actually trying to be a proper chef.
Right.
He is just sitting here, showing off, juggling this food with a frying pan that's not even hot.
Yeah.
And it lands on the ground, and the rats catch it, and eventually he gets fired, I'm sure. This is just the story of some asshole.
He seems to be panicking the entire time.
Yeah, I don't think he understands how food works or how cooking works. I think he just, oh, you put it in the pan and it cooks, right? Why isn't it cooking?
Oh.
I gotta keep it in the air.
Right,
Why is it not cooking?
You have to toss it. That's what makes it cook.
Yeah.
The motion. Okay, so I know how to do that. I gotta do it separately.
I've got all these orders I gotta get in. I gotta do 4 at a time or I'm gonna fall behind.
Vermin.
Vermin is the second ever Game & Watch game released, and it shows. It's extremely simple. You are this guy with 2 hammers trying to beat up these gophers that are entering presumably a place you don't want gophers to be. Probably a garden that doesn't get drawn because they couldn't draw shit like that.
They had a hard enough time drawing a guy.
They didn't have painted backdrops back then. But, anyway, yeah, you've got 3 positions. In each of the positions, you will be able to hammer the 2 positions next to it. Mm-hmm. So there's the 5 spots where the gophers can come. Each hit gets you 1 point.
Do you automatically hammer?
Yes.
Okay. So it's just the left and right buttons.
Yep. This game is quite possibly the easiest video game I have ever played in my life. On my first attempt here, I easily cleared 2,000 points.
Mm-hmm.
And then just stopped because I didn't want to keep going.
Yeah, here we go through the
here I go through the second 1,000 points. The gophers come at a very regular pace. This is what a missus looks like, by the way. Mm-hmm. You get this alarm thing.
A new version of Modern Mode Ball?
I will get into that once we reach Modern Ball. That's going to be at the end. It's the last thing that we do. Vermin on hard, it's the same thing, just faster.
Oh.
There's no actual mechanical difference, really. Yeah, in both versions, they come at a very, very regular pace. You'll get 1 coming up, and then once you hit that, you'll get another 1 coming up. That'll go for 4 times, and then you'll get 1 coming up once 1 is halfway through. So you'll have 2 on screen at a time, and that'll go for 8 of them, and then there'll be 3 on screen at a time for another 8 of them or so, and then it cycles back to 1 on screen at a time.
Mm-hmm.
Here, I got a couple of misses before 1,000 just because I was just dozing off.
Oh.
That was Vermin.
Well, alright. So there's one last game.
Yeah, and it's one we've seen before, actually.
Yeah, I was worried about this one.
Time for freaking Donkey Kong.
We're never done with Donkey Kong.
So, this was the very second game in this series that we have played and seen before. And it is extraordinarily freaking aggravating. Because I complained about this in the first Game & Watch gallery with Oil Panic. With the modern version, that it felt unresponsive a lot. This game is so much worse. First of all, it's got the split screen. You have to press a button to switch what screen you're focused on. The screen you're not focused on is minimized, and you can still technically play on that screen. It's just harder to see. Anyway, right, the basic mechanics of this. You're jumping over the barrels, you're getting up to the top, you need to flip that switch to activate the crane, you go over, you jump to when the crane is swinging in the right spot, and you grab one of those hooks. Once you've grabbed 4 hooks, Donkey Kong drops. If you miss the crane, you fall and hit your head. When you drop Donkey Kong, it loops back to having the 4 hooks again. It's...
I feel like we've seen this game before.
I just said, we literally have. This is the second game in the series of all the Marios.
Oh, yeah.
Way, way back.
It was terrible then.
Back then, though, I wasn't trying to get 1,000 points, so it was quick.
Yeah.
Here, yeah, there's a hard limit on how fast Mario moves. Like, when you move, there is a set amount of time that it will not accept another move input. So, there's actually a thing that, the longer that you take to get up to the top and grab the crane, the faster things get. Like, every time you jump over a barrel, you do get points for jumping over barrels. You get 1 point at the bottom row for jumping a barrel, 2 points in the middle. You can't jump things in the 3rd row, but at the very top, when you grab the crane and grab a hook, you get a score bonus based on how quickly you made it up there. Mm-hmm. It's like up to 20 points, I believe. And then when you drop him with the 4th one, you get an extra 15-point bonus. But you might think, oh, you could sit down and just jump barrels continually to get points. You not have to go up. But the thing is, every barrel you jump increases the speed, and it only increases the speed of the barrels, not Mario. It does not let you move or jump faster, so if you keep going, eventually, it will be physically impossible to jump all of the barrels.
Right. So what's hard mode like?
Hard mode, the main difference is, there were already in easy mode those girders on the 2nd level. If you jump into a girder, it's a miss. You bang your head. Right. The girders are much, much more frequent in hard mode.
Okay. That's the game B.
Pretty much. This game took me so freaking long to clear.
The worst part is, once you get down to it, it's not even really Donkey Kong.
Yeah, it's not even really that interesting. It's just tedious. Like, if as I said again before, what I like about Game & Watch games is the instant responsiveness of them and the frantic pace. It's not a frantic pace when your inputs are hardline time limited. Anyway, when you get all of the stars on all of the 5 games of Classic, or I think just like when you get 50 stars, you get the credits roll.
Where everyone has an airplane?
Well, yeah. They're just... well, Toad did not have an airplane. Toad's being carried by Lakitu for some reason.
Mm-hmm. Yoshi even gets an airplane.
Yep.
Okay. Where are they?
Sky?
Like, there's a castle in the background, but that
is clearly not the Mushroom Kingdom castle, yeah.
Right.
I don't know.
Wario?
Yeah.
Wario's in this?
Yeah. We'll see him. We'll see him.
Okay.
Fun fact, We kind of realized this as we were looking at stuff before, but this is only the second time that Wario and Yoshi have ever been in the same game together. The first being Mario Kart 64.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of weird, how they're rarely, if ever, in the same place at the same time.
It's like, they're both side characters, so they have their own side series, but they're only together in, like, these weird collective things.
Crossovers,
yeah. So, something to point out while we're going through this. This is something that I felt about a couple of the ones in the first Game & Watch gallery as well. A lot of the background music for these games, for the modern versions, sounds very Sonic to me. It sounds a lot like the Game Gear Sonic games, the 8-bit Sonics. Like this one, a little bit. There's others that sound much more, but just like overall, it feels a lot like
not Mario.
Sonic. Yeah.
Suppose we could have been looking at who the composer was. And also the 8-bit Sonic games, not as well known as their 16 and 32-bit counterparts.
Yeah. Drastic Factory. There's not really much else to talk about generally for the game.
Produced by A Million Colors.
Yep.
Look at all Million Colors right here.
I don't know what that company is, but they're the ones who did the first Game & Watch gallery as well.
Producer by?
I never noticed that. Okay.
So they're the person who created the producer? To be continued?
Yep. Just like last time, you know, there's a second credit screen that we can get. That requires additional stars, and it just sort of hangs and loops the song from this point.
Okay.
So. Anyway, here is some of the notes. I decided to check out the note board after doing all the classic things and just kind of see what's there. So, here's what we've got. This is the interrupt save note that you get at the front, right at the start of it. This is a hint about Helmet. The door opens and closes at certain times. A lot of the hints are kind of obvious basic mechanics of the game. And here's the note board.
It informs you of many things.
Like, you can press select to turn the background music on and off in the modern versions. You learn how to jump over barrels. If you don't catch the hook, the speed increases.
So do it quickly.
Parachutes can get caught by the tree.
That's less of a secret and more of a fact.
Yeah. This tells you that every 3 objects hitting the ground is 1 point for Helmet. The letter's falling down, by the way. That's them exiting the inbox area at the top and going into your archived notes in the bottom.
In the store. Okay, yep. That's store as in it is storing your notes.
Yep.
Not as in you can buy things.
That's right. Something I forgot to mention about Donkey Kong that I used to actually clear it. Oh, right. In Vermin, there's no time that misses get cleared as well. But Donkey Kong, when you hit 300 points, you clear your misses. If you have no misses, you enter double score mode. It's one of those games. So, and double score mode lasts until you miss. So I made extensive use of that to get through. And this tells you about to get the things, and also you can do a Game Boy link to the first Game & Watch gallery to import the games from that museum into this museum.
Just the museum.
Yep. And hey, you've unlocked Ball.
You tried very hard.
So you got Modern Ball. You have to unlock each of the different versions of Ball over time. So,
Gift.
here's Ball.
Both classic and modern. So
It's,
this is just a...
So this actually has 6 games, because Ball is another game that you have to get the stars on. This is Ball. You catch the balls, you have left and right as your controls. The thing about Ball, each time you catch a ball is 1 point.
Yeah.
It gradually gets faster with the speed resetting every 100, as is standard in Game & Watch games.
Right.
You don't have 3 misses in Ball. 1 miss and you're done. This was extremely dull and tedious. Eventually, the ball moves so fast that it leaves a shadow clone.
I like how there's these shadows of crush.
Yeah, that's what it looks like when a ball
Predicting the
lands
future.
on the ground.
So what exactly are you controlling with left and right?
The position of the arms. When you press left and right, both of the arms will move in that direction.
Okay.
Also, the feet move. So, also, this may look a bit familiar to something we've seen before, because as it turns out, Mario the Juggler was basically a redone version of Ball. On hard for Ball, it adds a 3rd ball, but most importantly, catching a ball is 10 points instead of 1.
Okay. So it is 10 times shorter.
Yep. Because I believe that on the actual physical Game & Watch device of Ball, it only had 1 high score that it kept track of. So it just, you play on hard to get a higher score faster than you could on easy.
Okay.
And yeah, once we've actually played Ball and seen it from the gift mode, then it enters the list proper of games.
Ah.
Now it's time for some modern games. Let's see what Mario actually has to do with all going on here. So, Modern Parachute. Mario is in a rowboat trying to catch the people parachuting out of what looks like a cruise airship?
That seems kind of similar to the Rainbow Ride.
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought. It's an airship, but it also looks like a cruise liner. Anyway, mechanical differences from Classic. You've got the 3 different characters, Toad, Yoshi, and Donkey Kong Jr. Unlike Fire, though, they don't differ in how fast they fall. They differ in when they open their parachutes. Toad opens their parachute pretty high up. They play it safe. Donkey Kong Jr. is a reckless thrill seeker who opens at the very last second, and you may have noticed there that someone bounced off of the fish. There's that giant Cheep down there that if someone lands on it, it will actually bounce them up, and they won't fall yet. Every 100 points, you'll get some eggs fall. At 200 points, you can get a heart to clear a miss. 200, 500, and 700 get you that. Every 100 points outside of the 2 and 500, you get those 3 eggs, and one of them is a star and one of them is a boo. If you catch the star, you get additional stars from the cannon. Every star that you catch is 5 points.
Okay, so once more, power stars are worth 5 times that of a human life.
Yep. Right, I kind of got distracted because I was going through things a bit quickly. So yeah, Donkey Kong Jr. is a reckless thrill seeker who opens his chute at the last minute every time. Yoshi varies when they'll open the chute. They can open it high, mid, or low. If you don't have any misses at 200, you'll get the star and boo option, as with the other 100 markers. Same with 500 and 700. Also, the stars that you get from the cannon, you get more stars the further you go. It actually shoots additional stars from the cannon equal to the hundreds place of your score. Up to a maximum of 9. So, this is what happens if you catch Boo instead. It fires Bob-Bombs. And if you catch a Bob-Bomb, your boat explodes a little bit, and Mario gets knocked into the water.
Oh dear.
And that's a miss. A Boo miss. Hard mode. Right, another thing I didn't mention, I forgot to, is that sometimes toads will drift off and fall into that cannon.
Yeah.
And then they get blasted out. That's been happening already. Hard mode in this is just faster. There's no mechanical differences.
Okay.
But, yeah, as far as what the hell's going on here, this one, I have to assume, is a tourist attraction. Like, there's a luxury cruise happening, and they're parachuting down, and Mario has been roped into catching them? Because it turns out that this is,
Cheap
there's
infested waters.
dangerous boss bass in here.
Where are we?
I have no goddamn idea.
What is this palace?
My vague, rough idea is maybe, this is Sarasa Land? Or maybe this is, like, one of the random other kings in the Mushroom World? One of their lands? Like, maybe this is Waterland? Like, World 3 land?
That is where Boss Bass lives.
But anyway, you get... Lakitu fishes people out when they fall, and eventually they decide to give it up because Lakitu charges too much for rescues. Anyway, here's Helmet.
Okay.
Helmet in Modern plays very differently than Classic. First of all, in Modern Helmet, you don't get points for tools falling, and there's always a P-switch that when you press, it makes some coins appear. Collecting a coin is 1 point. If you collect 50 coins without getting a miss, you'll get a star in the hut.
What?
At 500 points, Toad invites you to the next area. Where, instead of a Paracoopa dropping stuff on you, there's a Fly Guy dropping spike balls into cannons that fire at you.
It's a Paracoopa. I thought that was a winged Yoshi.
No, that's a Paracoopa.
Okay.
Drops these hammers, it can drop some spike balls. On hard, it can throw green fire. But yeah, that's... You only get points for grabbing coins and entering the door. But the door does not close in Modern. It will be closed for some amount of time after you've entered it. And then, like, after a few seconds, it opens, and then you can go in. Yeah, I mentioned the star that appears when if you get 50 coins without getting a miss. That's worth another, was it 15 or 20 points? Something like that. Sidebar will tell us. But,
so it doesn't change after this. You don't go to World 3.
Yes, you do, actually.
Really?
At 1,000 points, Toad invites you to World 3, which is some kind of Bowser Castle?
With swamps.
Swamps and Potobos.
And a clock?
I don't know what the deal is with this clock. Anyway, I did make sure that there's not a fourth world. At some point later, I went back and got to 1500 and checked, but there is not, in fact, a fourth world. It's just the 3.
Okay.
So... On hard, as I said, it adds the green fire. The green fire falls slower, so it's hanging around for longer.
So, this is an interesting remake, because Mario does not wear a helmet.
That is correct. There is, in fact, no helmet involved in this entire modern version of Helmet.
Why call it helmet?
Because that's what the original was called.
Okay, but could they at least put a helmet on Toad or something?
Nope. And, I mean, what the hell is Mario doing here? He's
just going around
running
in circles.
He's just trying to get to a place.
He's trying to get to the clock.
Maybe he's trapped in some insidious, like, infinite cycle?
Seems that way.
Or this is like a nightmare? I have no idea. Here's some more notes about some of the things we've seen. Yeah, don't catch the boo buddy.
It'll be trouble.
Here's an interesting note. If you score less than 100, you might want to keep trying. We'll see why they say that in a moment. But here's the last one that we've got. It tells you that you get 10 points on hard and all.
Okay.
But yeah, in Modern Helmet, if you die with less than 100 points, and then immediately hit retry, and it's Wario.
Huh.
If you game over with less than 100 points and immediately retry, you play as Wario. There's no mechanical differences or anything, it's just, now you're Wario. That's it. That's where Wario is in this game.
Okay, see, that's an actual secret.
Yeah.
But they put it at the end of a game mechanic note.
Yep. Modern Chef is freaking weird because it demonstrates how... Okay, so first of all, we've got the princess catching these things, and we're actually cooking the food. You'll see the food is darkened now. And now it's blackened because I've overcooked it, because I didn't entirely know what I was doing at first. And you cook it too much and it just crumbles to ash, and you don't want that. Because that's a waste. You feed it to Yoshi. Yoshi hangs out behind you. So, you move Yoshi by moving the princess yourself. And Yoshi is a horrifying monster that, because when you feed it enough, it produces an egg and reproduces immediately. And, if you feed it over or undercooked food, it will cannibalize its egg. Or if it doesn't have an egg, it will revert to infancy. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, so what? I'm still trying to understand how you get points.
So, okay, each time you catch a piece of food, it's 1 point.
Okay.
Each time you feed Yoshi properly cooked food, it's some number of points based on the type of food. Each different type of food takes a different number of bounces to cook, and they all fall at different rates. But and yeah, they're worth some different points. Whenever Yoshi lays an egg, or the egg hatches into a new Yoshi, or the new Yoshi grows up, there's a bonus that you get.
Okay.
So yeah, you've got your basic controls are left and right, and you can spin. So you can change your facing. Yoshi will always be behind you, except when it is laying an egg or growing up. It will hold its place for a short period of time, which can cause you to miss if you were planning to get Yoshi into position to grab something else.
Okay.
But, yeah, there's just this Yoshi that is demanding meat, and the Mario brothers are there cooking meat and throwing the meat for the princess to finish cooking.
The coins you have when you enter the door determine your points. More coins earn a higher score, but you slow.
Right. Technically, when you're collecting coins in Helmet, the more coins you pick up, the slower you go, similar to Octopus.
Okay.
But, so
you
never really...
slow down,
Yes.
you don't, but you slow.
Yes. I never really noticed it while playing, because I never took the time to stop and grab coins. I just went straight to the door, because the door is 5 points.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you feed Yoshi burned or raw food, the level will go down. In that, the Yoshi will revert. Because if you feed it proper cooked food, the level goes up.
I have never known a Yoshi to be a picky eater.
He's not a picky eater. You can feed him raw food and burnt food. It just causes him to pain.
Right.
Or something.
But I've seen them eat fire.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe they're maybe they just go and have these bizarre changes during their reproductive cycle? Maybe it's their mating season?
Why are they the ones cooking? Why Mario and Luigi cooking? And why is the princess involved?
Mario and Luigi aren't cooking, they're just chopping up. You see, they just have knives chopping, and they're throwing the food at the princess to do the actual cooking. And I have no goddamn clue. My only assumption is that there's this Yoshi here who has come and just demanded food, and there's no one available but them. And they're terrified of this horrifying monster that can eat anything. And just continually reproduce in front of them? Anyway, here's Modern Vermin. This game was painful.
Okay, again,
This is completely different from Classic Vermin.
Right, because it's a circle.
So you've still got the 2 hammers, and you hit the 2 sides, but you're protecting these 6 eggs. And there's the fly guys that come, there's the paratroopers that are a bit slower, there's boos that only approach when you're not looking at them. The hammer, as in Classic, will swing automatically when there's an enemy there. When an enemy reaches one of your eggs, it will crack it slightly. Each egg can take 3 hits. On the 3rd hit, the egg is destroyed, and if any one egg is destroyed, it's game over. But at 200, 500, and 700 points, you get an opportunity to clear all of your eggs to full health. But yeah, when it breaks, it taunts you. And as you can see, I got up to 991 points and failed. And then this happened. This game infuriated me. Because, as with a lot of the Game & Watch games that I have a problem with, this one has very unresponsive controls in the fact that Yoshi will swing the hammer as soon as there's an enemy to hit, and then you cannot move while Yoshi is doing the animation to swing the hammer. So if you're trying to get to an enemy that is about to cause damage, then if there's an enemy in the way in between, you'll stop and hit that enemy, and then the enemy that you were trying to reach will cause their damage. And you'll be fucked, because you couldn't move, because the game wouldn't let you. Anyway, every 200 points, all of your eggs that are not damaged will hatch. And you'll get a bonus from them.
They hatch into cookies?
Yeah! This is apparently where Yoshi cookies come from. They hatch from eggs. Yoshis are bizarre, horrifying monsters.
And again, I have to wonder, why is Yoshi even using a hammer?
Oh, and each time, a different thing hatches from the eggs. This time it's fruit.
Why?
When you hit 200 points, you only get the hatch bonus if you don't have any cracks. Because if you have any cracks, you'll instead get the heart.
Right.
The heart will override the bonus. Anyway, after a fruit, you get Yoshis. Just actual baby Yoshis.
Okay.
And after that, money.
That
Gold coins. We've seen Yoshi able to produce gold coins back in Oil Panic.
Right.
Produced a block full of gold coins. Modern didn't have any mechanical differences. Again, in this one, it was just faster.
The hard mode, yeah.
Yeah. The hard, that's the one that I meant to say, yes. But, yeah, you saw I got the cookies hatched at 200 there this time. And yeah, at 400 you get the fruits. 600 you get baby Yoshis. 800. Do you get money? Gold coins?
Do you get a bonus for the ones
yeah,
that are hatched?
each egg that hatches successfully is 5 points. At 1,000, you hatch stars.
So, Yoshis are the origin of Power Stars.
Apparently! Or possibly Starman. So that was Modern Vermin. I hated it.
Okay.
Time for Modern Donkey Kong. This is actually a lot better than the classic Donkey Kong. So, first off, check this shit out.
This is not...
Yeah. So
this is not Donkey Kong.
It's the same overall layout as the classic Donkey Kong, and we'll go get to what you just saw later.
Okay.
But, you've got the second level here that also has the barrels. The third level, you get the switch, but it differs the way that the switch works. Here, instead of a crane that you need to grab, it makes that platform go around. Also, there are these, instead of the girders that pass overhead, you can jump and grab. Instead of just jumping over things, you grab onto, the pipe and hang onto it. But if you hang for too long on the pipe, then, it'll fall, and that section will be missing for a bit, like a donut block. And you'll need to wait for it to reappear in order to run over to the right to the platform.
Okay.
The platform you can actually jump to from the pipe below it, and at first I thought that was the only way to get there. On the bottom here, the barrels that Donkey Kong is throwing are actually filled with Koopas. This is modern Donkey Kong, by the way. Classic Donkey Kong was, of course, the classic Donkey Kong that was actually cranky. This is our modern Donkey Kong who has kidnapped Princess Peach for some reason.
But he doesn't have his tie.
He does, it's just kind of hard to see. And they didn't color it red for some reason.
Okay.
But, yeah, after you drop Donkey Kong, you move to another area. And, you know, you get out of the pipe world and get to jungle. The Koopas that come out of the barrels, you can stomp them. They're worth 5 points each.
And now we're in...
Now we're in the clouds.
Ice and clouds?
Icy cloud worlds. I don't know. In cloud worlds, those clouds will disappear at times, and they can make you drop.
And it looks like you can only get to them from the top platform.
Yep. Once you've done one full loop, after clouds you get back to the pipe's mechanical land. After you've done a full loop on easy, then you start getting paratroopers in the center row. In Jungle Town, that swinging platform that goes, you have to jump onto it while it's at the left, and then you have to jump up to the door when it's in the center. Scoring. As with classic Donkey Kong, you get 1 point for jumping over barrels in the bottom, you get 2 for jumping over them in the middle. You get a score based on how quickly you get it each time you, you reach the top. Dropping Donkey Kong is 15 points. At 2, 5, and 700, you'll get a heart to clear one miss.
Which in this game are tracked by your free lives, I guess?
Yeah, that's how it was in classic Donkey Kong as well.
Yeah.
It had your lives instead of your misses.
What is the princess even doing?
Being captive?
Okay. A secret and a hint?
On hard difficulty, the main thing that changes is the behavior of the paratroopers. Sometimes the paratroopers, instead of just flying straight across that second level, they actually, dip and land on the ground and bounce.
Oh,
which makes them a lot harder to dodge.
The hopping type, as opposed to the flying type. So
normally you can just, run forward, and as long as there's not barrels, you can just move forward past it, but... You know, if it's hopping, you really gotta be careful dodging around to evade. Something that I discovered partway through the hard run is that you can actually dodge barrels by going through the pipe. You will not hit barrels that are in the pipe. So if you enter the pipe at the same time as a barrel, you'll just pass through and be fine.
Looks like you had an easier time with Donkey
Much
Kong.
easier. I actually liked modern Donkey Kong Game & Watch. I got into a groove with that. So this is Modern Ball, and as you can see, I immediately had problems just trying to tell where the objects are.
So this is a blue Yoshi.
This is a blue Yoshi with tennis rackets. After 100 points in this, coins fall from the sky. Each coin is 2 points. If you collect all of them, you get a bonus 20 points.
So this is just a busker.
Yeah, sometimes with the bombs.
I mean, that's just a hazard of the Mushroom Kingdom.
The main problem that I had with this game was, much like Classic Ball, it's one and done. You don't have 3 misses in this. Fortunately, catching each egg is worth 3 points instead of 1. And you get the coins, but there's also the bob-bombs, and if you catch a bob-bomb, it's game over. So, this took me a bit.
And again, we have this castle in the background that is different from all the other castles.
No, this is the same castle that we've seen in the other games of Game & Watch Gallery 2. It's been the same castle the whole way throughout. I don't know what castle that is.
I'm not sure.
Hard adds a 3rd egg. It's still only 3 points per catch, though. So, that was annoying.
Yoshi's eyes are creepy.
Yep. The biggest problem I had with this game was actually just the fact that you don't get much feedback when you move. Like, it doesn't make a noise when you change positions. Like in a lot of the Game & Watch games. Like, there's always some tick when you move. So, like, a lot of the times, it's like, I wasn't exactly sure what position I was in, what position the eggs were in. Yeah, it was just not good.
Yeah, I'm sure this is a different castle.
This is the same castle that we saw in the background of the credits and Parachute, just from a different angle.
Okay, but it's not the same that was in Helmet?
Okay, we didn't see the outside of a castle in Helmet at any point. We only saw the inside of a castle.
Well, there was a structure that was part of the castle that was different. When you go back to review the footage, you might see. Ah!
Yeah, after I got 1,000, I actually got into the groove and just kept. I actually did good.
Why tennis rackets?
I don't know. Anyway, that's all of the stars. So here's the cast roll. You know, you get it in the second one instead of the first one this time. You get it after the credits. Parachute is Mario, Toad, Donkey Kong Jr., and also Yoshi, and Boo Buddy,
Boo
and
Diddley.
Cheep.
So not Big Bertha. Boss Bass.
It's a big Cheep. It's basically a Boss Bass.
Helmet.
Just they stopped using the name Boss Bass after Mario 3.
Mario, Wario, Toad. And Thwomp was there too. And you could stand on them?
Yeah.
Sure. We've seen that in 64.
Yeah, the thwomps in there, they were like weird reverse thwomps that when you stand on them, they get angry after a time and smash up.
Oh, they're Mavericks.
Yep. Chefs Mario and Luigi and Peach, who desperately tried to feed this one continually reproducing Yoshi and its children that continually reproduced.
Yeah.
God, this game was weird.
I guess Yoshis are some kind of asexual beings.
Again, they're some kind of horrible, bizarre monster.
Whatever they eat can turn into whatever they want.
Yeah. So, other than the one that's in the plane here, I don't think the Yoshi named Yoshi has actually appeared in this game at all.
Yeah, seeing as...
Because, like, it was generic Yoshis jumping out of the plane for
Right.
parachute. It was a succession of Yoshis in a line, a familial line in
Yeah.
Chef. It was a blue Yoshi in Ball.
But there
An
was
orange
a Yoshi,
in Vermin.
which could have been Yoshi?
It was orange.
Oh, well then it couldn't have been Yoshi the Yoshi.
Yeah, Yoshi the Yoshi named Yoshi is green. Anyway, there are multiple versions of Modern Ball.
Oh.
This is the
No.
Mario version.
Aha.
In the Mario version, you get these 3 different objects that change what row they're in as they bounce around.
Mm-hmm.
Also, the star is only... No, the heart. The heart is only worth 2 points for some reason.
Because it's not actually a...
And instead of bob-bombs, he gets fireballs, and he only gets coins every 200 points instead of 100.
So it's harder?
Just a strictly harder version of Ball.
Also,
fact-
Mario looks like he needs to go out more.
Fun fact, I spent over an hour trying to do the Mario version before I knew that the Yoshi version was easier.
Oh dear.
Through trying to get the 1,000 points. There's also a Wario version. It's got a Goom. You remember Goom?
Yeah.
It's a Wandering Goom. Wandering Goom sometimes bounces off above the top of the screen.
I like how the Wandering Goom is in classic Game Boy grayscale.
Yep.
What color is the Goom from Wario's Land?
Grayish, brownish? Game
Yeah,
Boy?
let's go with that.
Wario also only gets 2 points from the heart, and he only gets 2 points from the Goom? No, the Goom's 3 points.
Now, see, that makes less sense, because hearts were actually in his game.
Yep. Oh yeah, you see the Goom sometimes just flies off into the sky.
It wanders.
I don't know when Wario gets coins, or what his equivalent of bombs or fire are, because I didn't get that far.
Oh.
And I didn't want to try. I was done. Then, when you have the full 120 stars, there's a Bowser version as well.
Oh.
He has a Boo, a Koopa in its shell, and a Goomba.
Ball is not interesting enough to deserve this.
No, it's not! The Koopa and the Goomba are only worth 2 points. I really don't know why this exists. But that's it.
Okay.
Now let's check out the gallery, because I'm done with the game. So there's last couple of notes. Get through. Just telling you that you can hang on to the chains and the pipe. You have to hold up to actually like grab and hold it, rather than just jumping. You can stomp the Koopas that come out of the barrels. This tells you about the 200-point hatch bonus, and about boos don't move when you're watching them. Learn to time the falls. The way to fire up is the same as the classic mode.
Secrets. Catch all the characters that fall.
With some points, you get bonus points. Catch coins, and it's game over.
Okay, that's just wrong!
Yeah, this is just plain wrong. Bad translation. So here's the music. And now apparently we find out that Luigi plays trumpet, the princess plays piano, and Toad plays drums.
Oh, okay.
And Mario's can do this mixing.
Yeah, he picked that up sometime. What?
Sometimes Toad will just sleep if there's not enough drums in a song. Sometimes Luigi will just not be there. Yeah, just going through all of the songs for a little bit. This sounds very Sonic.
It's not a trumpet. Why is Luigi there?
I don't know.
This sounds pretty Sonic.
Also, why is Luigi not here? There's clearly a trumpet. Or some kind of brass instrument.
Got a little mumbo-ish thing. It's not a mumbo.
They had a lot of good music in this. This one, not so much.
Brings back bad memories. Okay, but why didn't they just use the Donkey Kong soundtrack? Like, they actually could have.
Maybe they decided that the tracks in Donkey Kong Land were terrible because they used more sound channels than the Game Boy could properly support.
No, I mean like the actual Donkey Kong theme from the original game, Donkey Kong.
Oh! Because it's not original Donkey Kong. That's the theme music of Cranky. And back in the day, this is modern Donkey Kong.
Okay. So.
Yeah, there's almost all the music done. The credits clearly have drums, but not enough for Toad. He can play them in his sleep. Here's the museum. So, as with the first Game & Watch gallery, you get the museum. It shows off some of the other titles and some of the ones that you've got. Just kind of it's a museum. Catch the drips and pass it to your friend.
Greenhouse.
Exterminate the bugs from the flowers. This may be the actual origin of Stanley. It's debated whether Stanley is actually the protagonist of Greenhouse there.
Donkey Kong Jr.
There's another one we
The
can.
key frees Papa.
Yep. Tropical fish. I'm saving fish that are jumping out of their aquarium for some reason.
To go into another aquarium.
Stop the rain from falling on your clothes. This one is freaking bizarre.
I mean, you could just pull all your clothes inside.
But they're wet. You need to dry them. Spitball Sparky. He's just a weirdo. Look at that guy.
Yes.
Look at that weirdo. And then you have all these question marks. These are the spaces where you'll get the museum things when you link with the first game.
Okay.
Which I did. After this, I will see that in just a moment. So yeah, I went and did all of the Link. Which took a little bit to figure out how to make that work. But here we've got all of the ones from the first game. They're not animated, though. For whatever reason. They didn't include the animations for the linked ones. But it's worth showing these off for one reason, which we'll see in a little bit. Get into the house without being hit.
It's a shed, I thought.
Get the same number as the comm. Hit the moles as they pop up. Hit moles. Larger number. Keep pedestrians from falling. Deliver the parts to the truck. Deliver cement to the dump.
The dump?
That's... And also Turtle
Bridge.
Turtra Bridge.
Lion. Keep the lions in their cage.
Yeah, there's a couple of funny typos in the Link versions. They clearly didn't test it in localization. KO your opponent using punches, as opposed to what other things you might use in boxing. But yeah, that's everything for the museum, and that's it. We're done with Game & Watch Gallery 2.
And Game & Watch Gallery forever.
There's at least 2 more.
Jesus!
There's no more this year, though.
Okay, what's next?
Next up...
We're staying on the Game Boy, aren't we?
Yeah, we are. Come back tomorrow for Donkey Kong Land 3. 97 was weird.